Alright, you bastards, this is Some-Belgian-prepper, and today we're going to talk about the weight of your bug-out bag and your gear, and some misconceptions or perhaps some tips that you can learn from it. And today, before we start, if you're interested in detective stories, the first book of me called Bloody Crosses, it's a detective. It's in the description, a link. So yeah, if you're interested, take a look at it. It's in Dutch, by the way. Yeah, one of the things that every prepper that starts will notice with their bug-out bag is the weight, because that's a big mistake we all made. I made a mistake, and the most of new preppers will make the mistake. So, what I noticed is when I started prepping, I wanted to put as much gear, food, and supplies in my bug-out bag and take it on my back. Yeah, I used a regular backpack, so it was not resting on my hips. So I used to had some I did some tests, and I would have pain on my back and on my shoulders, and yeah, that's not fun. But there are several things you can do to take in account for your bug-out bag to maximize what you can take and minimize the weight and mass that you're going to carry. I made a video about my bug-out bag, and yeah, you know what's all inside of it, and it's made for an undetermined amount of time that you're going outside. So it's made as mostly with durable things for or to go outside for unknown known time periods. So that's why it's mostly aimed at that cause. It's not for only 3 days to get to the destination, because perhaps that destination is gone. But the backpack in total, with all the gear, if you saw the video, it weighs around something a little bit over 20.5 kilograms. And the rule with the weight of a backpack is it should be around 1/5, like 20% of your body weight. But don't let those things fool you in a way, because people would think, oh, I can just 1/5 of my body weight and I'm okay. There are several factors you need to take into account. First of all, if you're a very skinny person who never trains, yeah, even then 1/5 of your body weight is yeah, carrying that on your back is not always that fun or easy, especially like I said, if you're not trained. But not to brag, but I go to the fitness every day. I go on a regular hike, and I test my bug-out bag on a regular base. So my legs are used to it, and because I carry a bug-out bag that rests on my hips, I can relieve my backs and my shoulders. So that way I can carry more load than the 20%, because I'm going to talk about that in a minute. If you're in the military, in the Belgian army, you usually carry around 35 kilograms as a regular soldier if you're going out in the field in full kit. So 35 kilograms, many people would say that's 35 kilograms on your back. It's not only that, it's all the gear actually. It's like the gun, the ammo, the bulletproof vest, the backpack, the webbing, the boots. That could be around 35, 37 kilograms. So that's in total that you're carrying around. So what you should do is to minimize the weight is, first of all, like I said in my video about my bug-out bag, try to use multi-tools or multifunctional items. That way you can do more with less. And especially, and some things are perhaps in my bug-out bag are a little bit heavier, but I find it worth it because they're more durable, less likely to break. I can do more things with it. For example, you can see the great kilt around here, and I made a video about everything you can do with the great kilt. It's a little bit more weight than something like, let's say, like this sort of modern, how do you say this, sleeping bag. But in my opinion, that everything you can do with a great kilt compensates the extra weight from the wool. So yeah, those are choices that you have to make. The same thing goes for multi-tools, gears, and yeah, those are things that you can already do with minimalizing. The second thing I would say is skills. If you know how to find food during your bug out, make a fire, find shelters or those kind of things that you can save out, like example a tent, or you can save out more food that way. That's less weight in your bug out bag that you have to carry. So another thing you have to take into account is you will lose weight during the bug out. Yeah, if you're on a long bug out, you will lose this kind of weight. But I'm talking about the weight of things that are going down. For example, in my bug out bag, I have a food supply for a whole month in the densely how to say this emergency rations and some other types of food, and that is actually one of the biggest weights in my bug out bag. But that weight will slowly shrink down the further I go. But the thing is, you have to balance that as well, because if you fill it to the health with food, that's more energy you will need to use during the bug out, and then you will eat more food. So yeah, you can go further with the lighter bug out bag is what I'm trying to say. But that's something that you have to take into account. Another thing is I've seen people who weight their bug out bag without their water, because they put a empty how do you say this, empty water bottle inside of it, and they think, oh, I will fill it up during the way. But I always say you have to assume that you are ready to go, fill it up with water already, and that's the weight that there is already inside of this. That's also important. And another thing is the additional weight, like I said before, with the extra gear. For example, let's go weight this. Like I said before, if I would go with my bug out bag, this is the coat that I would wear, because it's also half a sleeping bag. I made a whole video about this, about all the benefits of this multifunctional long trench coat, a woolen trench coat, and it's a little bit more heavier. But like I said, there are so many extra plus things that you can do with this that it's more worth it. It's a jacket from 1955, and it still works for a reason. So let's put it for as a test together with the bug bag. So with this, now we are at 25 kilograms. So that's around 4 kilograms. Don't forget, if you're going on a bug out route, you will need good boots. So let's put them also there. Now we're around 26.5 kilogram, I think. So yeah, that's all the weight that you will have to carry. So the next point is I want to make is train. If you have a bug out bag, don't just let it sit there. Always go train with it at least once a week, just even if it's a small walk in the neighborhood, just to get your body used to it. So train, go to the fitness, go regular hikes or walks, even if it's in your, like I said, in your own neighborhood. But you have to get used to the weight that you're going to carry. Don't assume that you will be able to carry it on the way. In my begin time, when I started with my bug out bags, the amount of times I had back pain, I had burns from the shoulder straps that I did not that were grinding into my skin, about the hips, my legs that were hurting because of all the weight I had to carry. So you have to get used to it, and that's also the reason why the military trains with such heavy gear, to say, so that they are getting used to it when they have to carry extra gear like extra ammo, or perhaps some how do you say this, some specialized equipment like anti-tank, or perhaps a stretcher with a wounded person on top of it. So that's like I said, keep training. So that is not this is more for Americans, I guess. But if you're going to on a bug out route and it's dangerous, you will probably carry a rifle. So extra ammo plus this. See that it's not falling. So that's now around almost 30 kilograms of gear that you would carry during a shit hit the fan bug out scenario. So think about it the next time if you're going to say, oh, only 1/5 of my body weight, but yeah, it can go up. There are ways to minimize the weight. For example, I'll show you. This is a stupid example. but it's one of those cards that you can pull up. If you want to take extra gear, you can you can try to. I will make a video about it in the future, by the way. You can carry a cart with you or something else that you can carry more weight on that without having to put it on your back. But you will be slower with it, but you can carry more gear for a further distance away. But it's also annoying for in rough terrain. So yeah, those are things that you need to think about during the seasons, your terrain, your bug out location, wherever you go. Is the weight that you're going to carry in your bug out bag worth it? Is what you always have to ask yourself. How many times, I cannot even count, that I have reorganized, tossed things out of my bug out bag, put things in it, and try them out and see what's best for you. So that's what I said before. Keep training with your bug out bag. It's one of the most important things, because you can afford to make mistakes during a good times, but during shit hit the fan, you cannot afford mistakes. So make the mistakes now, not later. So yeah, I think I'm almost ready with my little rant. So this was just a small rant. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and give me your takes on your bug out bags, on how you limited weight. So perhaps some tricks. I'm always eager to learn from other people, and yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video.